So let's get into how Feeka Coffee was born. Let's talk
Oh
about
yes. So
how'd you.
I came up with the idea of Fika Coffee right after the loss of my mother. So I lost my mother at the beginning of 2018.
Mm,
And by the end of 2018, I had established like the name and the concept and just really the direction of what I wanted it to be.
hmm
So, growing up, coffee was a big thing. I mean, I would have memories of my grandmother having coffee on like her teacup and her saucer. Like she made it a big deal. And it was like, well, Granny, you drinking coffee. I want to drink coffee too. And she would pour me like a little bit of coffee and it would be a lot of milk. But that teacup and that saucer was something to me, it was like us having a tea party. But, you know, even the aroma, I think the biggest uh, of our five senses, the biggest sense we attach to memories is the sense of smell. And that
mm,
aroma of coffee is something that just brings me back to my childhood. Even as a school age child, I would catch a ride with my auntie and her teacher friend because we would kind of carpool and we
mhm.
all would be going to the same school and they would have, I don't know if you remember those thermoses from the 80s and
Yeah, I remember the
uh,
thermoses,
yes, they would
the
have
little
the big
silver
long thermoses with the little cup on the end
cup on the
and
top.
they would be listening to Tom Joyner's like soap operas and drinking coffee on the way to work. And that, why do I remember stuff like that? I remember the smell of the coffee and just conversations with my mom. We would have over a cup of coffee, things like that. So memories like that, they make me feel good.
Hmm
And that's what I wanted my business to be about, a feel good type of feeling, a type of vibe. And then, there's another side, to it as well. During this time where, I had lost my mom and things like that, we were dealing with so much in this country with, just injustices.
Mm.
It would be a lot of issues, the Philando Castiles and, the Tamir Rices and things like that, where we were literally, being discriminated on a regular basis. And I know at that time I was living in Florida and there were a lot of issues with people going into a lot of big name coffee shops and literally being forced to leave. And I'm talking about our culture, our
Right,
kids.
right.
They would be going in to study. They would be going in to have study groups, and they would be persecuted and harassed. And it got to a point where I'm like, I mean, I might be something starting with humble beginnings, but I just wanted to provide an opportunity um, for what I wasn't seeing in my community. Because, like I said, it was a lot of big name companies, and a lot of those companies, are not owned by us. And then it's not to say that we don't have companies who own coffee shops. There's a lot of us, but just there could always be some more. And I mean, that's what kind of sparked it for me. And, when I go to pop ups and things like that, I see a lot of different products and I see a lot of things that people have to offer. I don't see a lot of coffee and tea, to be honest. It's something that I'm passionate about.
hmm
So I figured I'd share it.
Listen, that is absolutely wonderful. I think that you're doing a magnificent job. You know what? I'm this next question. I'm tripping. I'm gonna bring up you guys' site. I'm gonna bring up Feeka Coffee site, and we also have a special treat. We also have Instagram as well. So what I want you guys to do is a few things. First and foremost, I want y'all to like and subscribe
Oh,
to
I
Lead
appreciate
with
that.
Logic. Right. Um,
Yes.
Next, I want you to. We getting ready to pull it up on Instagram and her website, official website. But I want y'all to follow Miss Kirsten Feeka Coffee so that you can stay abreast of what's going on. You can stay in the know because there aren't a lot
Yes.
of black. I don't know if I would call it brewery. You have to help me, Kirsten. Would it be considered like when I think brewery, I think of like Samuel Adams beer. I don't
All
think
right.
Samuel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. We are considered an online coffee shop. So I'm not a roaster. I'm not a. I don't have a brewery or anything like that. I pick out the blends and the things that I like. The different products that I use, they're organic, and then I kind of assemble it and put it together. So, as far as that, roasting is something that I hope to dabble in the future.
Of course.
That comes with time. But yeah, we are considering an online coffee shop.
Online black coffee shop. You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go.
Like that is, it don't get no better than that. So the other question, the bonus question I was going to add to that, but I think you answered it, was the special connection. And I mean, you can go a little bit deeper if you would like, but the special connection you talked about, conversations, and it's stimulating an emotional memory that you have.
Oh
So
yeah.
what is that? What is your whole philosophy? What is that connection to the coffee and the tea that you have? And I'm gonna pull up your Instagram and website while you talking. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. I have a, very strong connection to my mother and my grandmother in particular. I feel like in a lot of ways we are our ancestors.
Mhm.
We are the embodiment of them. Once it's our turn in our time period, and that's what those memories are, in a sense, my connection to them. And so that's what kind of drives me and whatnot. As far as the coffee and whatnot, I believe wholeheartedly, if my mother were here, she would have a hand in helping me with this company. And I feel like she still guides my thoughts and actions with it. But as far as Fika, those memories that I share with Fika, I want to encourage that through my products now. We are in a age and time where there's not as much person to person interaction. It's a lot of everything through technology, and which is good. Technology is a great thing, but at the same time, we need more human interaction. We need more conversations. I call them coffee and convos. And
That's dope.
this brand encourages that, because those are the things that you're going to hold on to, not some Instagram tweet or how many likes you got this day. Real human experience is what's important, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Coffee and combos. You own to something with that. I like that. I
I
love it. Coffee and
appreciate it.
combo. Yeah, no, that's dope.